In the morning, Mr. Adonis.
Good morning, Secretary.
Is my sound clear?
Loud and clear, crystal clear.
Okay, let's check the video. The event that is it clear or do I need to be in a darker space?
It looks clear.
No,
Okay.
he's lying. It's not very clear. You need to do something because
I
it
was
looks
trying
very
to
blurred.
assist to just to come a little bit forward to the
No, but the
video.
the
You
the
need more
picture.
light. You need more
The,
light and use some filters. Filters is good. Makes you look fur.
Don't think you
How are
must
you,
take
Mr.
advice.
Pato? Are
Don't
you
take
good?
well,
advice
Mr. Lady, how are
from the
you?
wrong place.
Very well, thanks.
Don't take advice from the wrong place. Eh? You must take advice from the right place.
Who is speaking now?
It's a programming whip. I'm saying to Mr. Tasso,
Oh,
he mustn't take advice from the wrong place.
how are you
The-
doing, programming whip?
I'm good. I'm good, honorable member. How are you?
Yes, very well, thanks. Very well, thanks. So my sound and my video is fine.
Yeah.
It's
You must
fine,
just
thank
check.
you.
You must just
Thank
check
you.
if you were present at the last meeting and you've read the minutes, because if you weren't present, you can't contribute on the minutes. I'm just asking you, Honorable, really, just check if you were in the meeting before you comment on the minutes, okay?
No, 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 no. It doesn't mean I have to be in the meeting. I can comment. I can't obviously move, but let's not even go there because I want this to be a quick meeting. I've gone through
That's good.
the
No, I'm just
yeah.
pulling your leg. Okay.
All right, you pulled it. You pulled it. Great stuff.
Morning, honorable members. Madam Speaker is having some connectivity issues. I spoke to her just now. I'm going to request Deputy Speaker so long to assist.
Thank you, Mr. Kasu. Good morning, colleagues, and welcome to our programming committee. It has been quite a while since we've last
Recording in
seen
progress.
each other, or in fact not really seen each other, but spoken to each other. So you have all received the agenda. Can we then just start with apologies? Mr. Kasu, any apologies that you have received? Are there any apologies? It does not seem that we have any apologies. We will then proceed. We have the consideration of the agenda, and there it is on your screen. Can I please have a mover for the adoption of the agenda?
I gladly move, Deputy Speaker. It's Vispan Reddy. Thank you.
And seconded
Thank
by
you, Honourable Reddy.
seconded by Member Dugmore. Thanks.
Thank you, Honourable Dugmore. It is so noted. We then move on with the agenda. We start, as usual, with the reports from the committee section. And then we'll go over to the Bills office. So, Dr. Twala, if you can start, and then we go on to Dr. Mbata.
Yes, thank you so much, Deputy Speaker. Good morning to you, members of this committee and colleagues as well. I will be presenting the report of on bills before and other matters before portfolio committees. Currently, if we go to slide number 2, currently we have 26 bills before committees. 15 of those are executive bills and 11 of those are private members' bills. And we also have 9 statutory appointments before committees and 13 petitions before committees. However, in this report, we have 1 petition that has been completed. So that number will go down to 12. Next slide is slide number 8. With regards to the rates and monetary amounts bill before the PC on finance, that bill is going to be considered by the committee in the next term because this term is actually very short. So they will be looking at it in the next term. The next slide is slide number 11. We are reporting on the marriage bill before the Portfolio Committee on Home Affairs. We're giving an update with regards to the upcoming public hearings in the Western Cape from the 26th to the 30th of October, and in Limpopo from the 3rd to the 7th of November. These are the last 2 public hearings that the committee will be conducting on this particular bill. The next slide is slide number 13. Before the same committee, Portfolio Committee on Home Affairs, regarding the one-stop border post bill. The committee will deliberate on that bill on the 3rd of September. The next slide is slide number 22. Slide number 22, we have a new bill that has been referred to the Portfolio Committee on Justice, and that is the General Laws Amendment Bill, and the committee is yet to schedule that particular bill. The next slide is slide number 23. Before the Portfolio Committee on Transport is the Merchant Shipping Bill, and the committee will have public hearings between September and November 2025. The next slide is slide number 25. Slide number 25, it is a new bill before the Portfolio Committee on Transport, and that is the Marine Oil Pollution Bill, which was actually returned to the committee from the NCOP on the 23rd of July 2025. At the moment, the committee is going to schedule it, but I've got a late update that the committee will be having a meeting on Tuesday next week to look at the amendments made by the NCOP. Next slide is slide number 28. Slide number 28, in your report, there is nothing new that is actually put in there. However, I got a late update that the committee will be briefed by the content advisor on the briefing made by Ms. E. Powell. That will happen on the 29th of October. Slide number 29. It is a new bill that is before the PC on Public Service and Administration. It is an insourcing bill and it's a private member's bill. And the committee is yet to schedule that particular bill. The next slide is slide number 37. Sorry about that. Slide number 7 relates to statutory appointments. With regards to the letter from the Chief Justice, which was tabled to the committee on the 3rd of September, and members were requested to consult with their caucuses on the 3 candidates, and the meeting will be scheduled to finalize the names of the report. And that is before the Portfolio Committee on Home Affairs with regards to the IEC. Slide number 38, before the Portfolio Committee on Transport, and that relates to the request from the Minister of Transport for Parliament to interview the shortlisted candidates for appointment as members of the Aviation Safety Investigation Board. The committee is going to be briefed by the Department of Transport on this particular statutory appointment, and that will happen on the 16th of September. The next slide is slide number 40. Slide number 40 relates to a petition before the Portfolio Committee on Police and the Portfolio Committee on Mineral Resources, and also the Portfolio Committee on Environmental Affairs, regarding the petition from Mr. Werner on behalf of the community for the urgent securing and rehabilitation of the dam quarry in Heidendal, Bloemfontein. And the committees will be receiving the briefing on the 30th of September, but that is a provisional date and it is subject to approval as it is during constituency period. The next slide is slide number 43. Slide number 43, it is with regards to a petition that was before the PC on Minerals and Petroleum Resources. That is the petition from Mr. Craythorne, calling on the Assembly to investigate governance at Alexco. That particular petition was finalized by the committee on the 1st of July. The next petition relates to a petition from Ms. Clark, calling on the urgent implementation of an action plan to address illegal mining in Ward 92 at City of Ekurhuleni in Gauteng. That was referred to the Portfolio Committee on Police for consideration and reporting, and to PC Mineral Resources and Petroleum Resources and Home Affairs for consideration only. That briefing is going to take place on the 17th of September 2025. That brings to an end the presentation on the report. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Dr. Twalu. I do see that Speaker has joined us. So, Speaker, I will hand over to you now.
Thank you very much, Deputy Speaker, and good morning, honorable members. Apologies for not having been able to be with you on the start. I'm struggling with the connection. Even now, I'm using my phone to be able to connect to the meeting. Thank you very much. Ms. Kanyaza will now take the Bill's report.
Good morning, Honorable Speaker and honorable members. We will start our report from slide number 2. We will only report on the updates since we last reported. We do confirm that we've got 26 bills that are before NA committees. 15 of those are executive bills and 11 are private members' bills. The first highlighted bill is before the SC on public infrastructure and Minister in the President. It was before the public infrastructure and Minister in the Presidency in the NSOP, and they reported on the Marine Pollution Preparedness Response and Cooperation Bill with amendments. So the NSOP considered and passed the amendment bill on the 23rd of July, and the bill has since been transmitted back to the PC on Transport to consider their amendments. So again, on line number 15, we've got the General Family Laws Amendment Bill, a proposed Section 76. This is an executive bill. It was introduced on the 13th of August and referred to the PC on Justice. Honorable Speaker, it's important to mention that this bill has a constitutional court deadline and it is a priority bill. My colleague, Advocate van der Merwe, will report more on this bill after I've finished with my report. On slide number 3, we have a new bill that was introduced as well on the 31st of July and referred to the PC on Public Service and Administration. It's a private members bill introduced by Honorable Mautwe. The next reporting slide is slide number 4. On slide number 4, currently we've got 3 bills on the NA order paper. The National Gambling, it's one of them, the Immigration Amendment Bill, and the last bill is the Water and Sanitation, the South African National Water Resources Infrastructure. Again, this bill is a private members bill, Honorable Speaker. Sorry, it's a priority bill. It's not a private members bill, but a priority bill. Moving to slide number 5. On slide number 5, we've got the Revenue Laws Amendment Bill that was passed by the National Assembly and transmitted to the NSOP. It is now before the Standing Committee on Finance. The next reporting slide is slide number 7. On slide number 7, we've got 2 new draft bills before Parliament. The Water Services Amendment Bill was certified by the State Law Advisors and the Bill's Office is working on it. It is an executive bill, and I must also indicate that this bill is also a priority bill as indicated in the legislative program for the year 2025. And again, the Bill's Office is processing and preparing it for introduction. The second one is the Liquor Amendment Bill. It is a private members bill certified by the law advisors in Parliament, and the sponsor of the bill is Honorable Mente. Slide number 8, please. On slide number 8, Speaker, we are reporting on the 4 bills that the President has assented to since we last met, and they were all published in the ATC. So there's currently only 1 bill that is with the President, which is the Older Persons Amendment Bill. The last reporting slide is slide number 9. On slide number 9, we are only indicating the stats on the legislative program. So we are indicating that out of the 3 priority bills that were introduced so far, 1 has been passed and assented to by the President, which is the Eskom Debt Relief Amendment Bill. Also, the 1 bill with the Constitutional Court deadline has also been introduced, as I reported earlier. With your permission, Honorable Speaker, can I hand over to my colleague, Advocate van der Merwe, to continue with the reporting of Constitutional Court deadlines?
Yes, you can, Honorable van der Merwe.
Good morning and thank you, Speaker, and good morning to the members. I just want to remind members that a full report was circulated with all the documents, but I will simply be reporting on matters where there will be a gap in the law, where there is a suspended order, and where there is progress on those matters. So the first one is the matter of O'Brien versus Minister of Defence. In this matter, our office has had a full meeting with the Portfolio Committee on Defence on possible ways to address the court's order. The department confirmed that they are, in fact, already developing a bill that deals with this judgment and that they are targeting introduction in November or December. The date for November or December was actually discussed in quite some detail, with the committee trying to ascertain if that will be sufficient time for them to process the bill. And that was accordingly the undertaking from the department, November or December, in order to enable the committee to make the deadline. And the Portfolio Committee then agreed to rather, at this point in time, monitor progress on this executive bill and ensure that it is introduced in time. On the next slide, the next matter is the matter of EB versus ER. It deals with with family matters, with divorce matters, and the General Family Laws Amendment Bill was in fact introduced on 13 August of this year. The challenge is that the order lapses 9 October, so that is just a little bit over a month. We have already, Parliament has already inquired from the department via the Office of the Speaker. We have already inquired if they are going to bring an application to request an extension of this suspension of the order. The challenge that Parliament has is that the department is the one who knows what the delays were about, what did they do, were they at fault, etc., etc. We don't know that, and that is then why Parliament has written to the department, to the minister, to confirm whether they will be bringing an application for suspension, for extension of the suspension of the order. The department has been given a time to respond, and if they don't respond in that time, then Parliament will have to proceed, and we will simply have to put all that we have done before the court for an extension. Thank you very much, Speaker.
Thank you very much, Advocate van der Merwe. I will now open the session for discussion before we can move on the next agenda item. Honorable Swart.
Good morning, Speaker, and good morning to the colleagues. Regrettably, again, we as Parliament are sitting with the situation of a bill being tabled very late, and I'm referring to the General Family Laws Amendment Bill, despite that Parliament has put in place and despite the best efforts from our legal advisors to ensure the departments tenaciously file and table a bill. It's totally unacceptable that we are given until the 9th of October to pass a bill through two houses, when, as I understand it, this judgment was given in 2023. And I appreciate, Speaker, that the department will need to explain to the court should an application for extension, which is very necessary, be brought. But it is, again, regrettable, Speaker, and I'm sure that your office will need to take this up again with the government, with the leader of government business. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you very much for that observation. Any other hand? I do not see any hand.
Speaker.
Hello?
Apologies, Speaker. It's Member Dugmore.
Yes, Honorable Dugmore.
Thank you very much. I just wanted to ask if it would be possible that at the next meeting when this report is given, if we could also just have an update on the traditional and Khoisan leadership bill and where that is in regard to the Constitutional Court ruling. So not for discussion now, but if we could just get an update. I'm also concerned about us not complying with that order in terms of timeframes. So that's a request. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you very much. I don't see any other hand on the two presentations that have been made. I'm not sure whether Ms. Mata or Ms. Van der Merwe, you would like to comment on the traditional Khoisan bill if you have got any information on that one. If not, we will take that in the next meeting.
Thank you, Speaker. I can actually give a quick response, but I will also try and have more information by the next meeting. The last that we have heard from the department was that they were finalizing the bill for introduction, going through the impact assessment, going through the certification process. We have actually followed up just very recently with the department to ask what is the plan, what is their target date. But there is more time on that bill because we've received an extension. The extension date is only 2026. So there is more time on that bill. But I'll also see if perhaps, hopefully in the next week, the department responds to our letter, and then I will report back. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Honorable members, thanks for your comments. Indeed, we will follow up on the other matter, Honorable Swart, with the leader of government business, because indeed it's a concern. It's a matter that we've been raising with the executive in respect of bills, particularly those that have got a constitutional deadline, for them to be able to act with speed where they know that there might be delays, for them to approach the court to ask for the extension, as the Minister of Local Government had actually done and also informed Parliament on time, which enabled us as Parliament to also support their request for the extension. Thank you very much. We'll now move to the programming whip for the tabling of the program of Parliament.
Thank you very much, Speaker, and greetings to everyone on the platform. When we get to the minutes, one will see there that the program for the third term was presented at our last meeting, and obviously this program in front of us was circulated, so I will be very quick and take the program as read. I think we are aware that, if I can go straight to next week, that the one significant change there is that on Tuesday, the 9th, we have the President coming to the National Assembly to take questions. And then also on Wednesday, the 10th of September, that has now been confirmed in terms of the plenary starting at 3 o'clock, where questions to ministers in the Economics Cluster 5 will be tabled for oral reply. If we can then just go on to these Thursday, I think we should note there is that obviously we have important legislation, the second reading debate after the consideration of the report on the immigration amendment, and then a number of different committee reports, basically oversight. I'm not going to go into details, but those are important oversight reports. And then on Friday, we have again oversight reports, but this time being dealt with in the format of mini plenaries. 3 oversight reports for each of those mini plenaries. Some of them, some of them relate to first and second court expenditure, and others are particularly oversight visits. But that also gives opportunity for members to engage on the work that the committees are doing. If we can go to the next week. Stop there. We, on Tuesday, will then, in a way, get back into the issue of member statements, a number of additional reports, and then we'll also have motions, both without notice and then notice of motions. Also, just please note the item number 5, that the decision on questions arising from those mini plenary debates on the 12th of September will be put not for debate, but just for decision. And then if we can go to the Wednesday, the 17th, there we have questions for oral reply, peace and security. Then on Thursday, we have a debate in the plenary on celebrating our heroes and heroines. That is the Heritage Day debate. Also a debate on a Parliamentary 20, the P20 topic, which is there. And then a number of reports. If we can go on to Friday, the 19th, which will be the last sitting day of this third term. Again, there are subjects for discussion in 2 mini plenaries, one by the EFF, one by the DA, and then 2 from the ANC. Those details are there. And then, as colleagues know, there's quite a short a term, and then we break for the constituency period 22nd of September through to the 5th of October. That's all from my side, Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you very much. In addition to that, I've seen your hand, Honorable Reddy. Just to say that we have received a letter from the Minister of Finance requesting a change of date on the tabling on the medium-term policy statement. We've also received a request from the Minister of Women to have a statement in Parliament on a matter I'm sure that we've been hearing on the media on the recruitment of women by international agencies, but at times where issues of the scams have arisen. So I just wanted to indicate that there will be some changes once we get the final dates from the minister as to when he would want to table the medium-term policy statement, as well as where we can find space to include the Minister of Women in terms of her request. Thank you very much. Those were just the 2 issues that I wanted members to note. I've seen Honorable Reddy, your hand.
Thank you very much, Speaker. Just 2 issues that I'm concerned about in the program. You know, we don't want to just put a program together as some kind of a tick box exercise, because we are dealing with critical issues, and I'm talking about the mini plenaries that are scheduled for next Friday. If my memory serves me correct, it's like a total of 9 debates, 9 or 12 debates that split up into 3 mini plenaries, which to me is really not doing justice. So now we're going to have 3 mini plenaries, dividing the entire House into 3 separate groupings to debate reports that come from oversight visits. Some of these oversight visits are very critical and requires Parliament to apply its mind, and for the entire Parliament to be able to make input. The mini plenaries, while it offers some kind of engagement, it's not as intensive as we would like it to be. So I wonder if it is not at all possible for us to then maybe split some of these topics into the following week, and to allow for another session of mini plenaries at some point where we can then share this and have it always as 2 sets of mini plenaries so that they're not too small a group. I do not support mini plenaries, but I understand.
Honorable Reddy,
yes,
just
Speaker.
round up, Puti. I think you have made the point.
Okay, all right. The second issue relates to, I've asked for this before, a schedule of all motions, motions without notice, as well as statements in the 7th administration. If we could get a full schedule of all of these by all parties and a status report, just a tick, where it's sitting, so that we can have a helicopter view of where we are in terms of those aspects of motions and statements. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you very much. Honorable Swart.
Okay, may I just, on behalf of a number of parties regarding member statements, and some parties were erroneously excluded from the opportunity, and I just plead with the table to check that they are prioritized when it comes to the groupings of smaller parties, and we will also be raising that with the table from our side. Thank you, Chair. Thank you, Speaker.
Thank you very much. I don't see an Honorable Dagmo.
Thanks, Speaker. Speaker, just if you don't mind, I'd like to ask the staff just to put up the program for the 17th. I think, the previous discussions we've had and the concerns raised about bills, time that it's taking, compliance. I know that our Chair of Chairs, Honourable Froelich, is meeting with all the committee chairs on the 17th. I just want colleagues to note that. You will see there at 1 o'clock to 2:45, that meeting. And obviously I think from a programming committee, we have full confidence that Member Froelich will also raise some of the issues that have been raised in regard to compliance with the Concord and generally the passage of legislation. So that's an important meeting. And then I think just in response, if you don't mind, Speaker, the second round of mini plenaries are actual political debates, which
No, I
members.
would come back to that issue,
Okay.
Honorable Dagmo.
Okay, sorry. Thanks.
Any other requests for comments? If none, thank you very much. Just to indicate, okay, Mr. Castle?
Speaker, just to indicate that there's been a request by the Minister of Tourism for her questions to be to stand over until the 17th of September. The matter was discussed in the Chief Whip's Forum tomorrow, but just because it's the program committee, we thought it's important that we mention it. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you very much. And just to indicate, honorable members, that where we have received early notifications, maybe after today, on request by ministers in respect of the 10th questions, we will inform the Parliament members accordingly, particularly the programming committee, even if it means by just a note to all of you to say this is the request that we've received or apologies that we've received to you, so that it's not done on the day. On the issue of the mini plenaries, Honorable Reddy, we've noted your concern, but indeed we've looked at how we accommodate a number of these reports so that we don't miss a lot of time after oversight visits have been undertaken and such matters are not discussed, because that has also been a concern from members that sometimes scheduling of those reports take longer. So we will try as best as we could, take into consideration those balances that we have to make. And just to indicate that while mini plenaries debate matters, they would always find their way back to the assembly so that all members, even those that might not have been able to participate in one mini plenary, but has a chance of either making a declaration on the matter when it comes for decisions. But we do take the note of the issues that you are raising, and we will ensure that we always try to make sure that we do not overload the mini plenaries, but at the same time, we are conscious that we also don't take longer for reports to be debated. Thank you very much, honorable members. We have now discussed the program. Can we go to the minutes of our last meeting? I take it that members have gone through the minutes because they have been circulated with other documents. What I can ask is whether are there issues of corrections that members would like to make on the reports. I can see the Secretariat is very generous, is trying to remind you through the minutes. I don't see any hand. Can I then get a mover for the adoption of the minutes of the 17th of July? Honorable Cameron moves.
Thank
Any
you,
second?
Speaker.
Oh, yes, Honorable Cameron.
No, I'm confirming that I'm moving for the adoption of the minutes. Thanks.
Thank you. Can I get a seconder?
I second the adoption of the minutes, Speaker. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Makuela, for the secondment. Can we now go to the matters arising? Honorable Castle, were there issues that we needed to respond to?
Speaker, there's one issue. It had to do with the state capture report and the need for committees to give progress reports. House Chairperson Frolic has attended to the matter, and from next term, from October, basically, the report of the committee section will also carry an update on the status of the matters that are before committees emanating from the state capture report. Thank you, Madam Speaker.
Thank you. There's the report on matters arising. I'm not sure whether there might be any that members would like to raise. Otherwise, there's a report. Honorable Makuela.
Thank you, Speaker. Once again, good morning to yourself, my colleagues, and the Secretary. Speaker, not sure where it slots in, but we've submitted a motion of no confidence and would like to know when it will be tabled, how far it is. I know there were amendments that were submitted. I don't see it on the program or anywhere in this agenda. Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. Mr. Castle, would you like to respond on that one?
Madam Speaker,
Yes.
Yes, the party has done a resubmission of the motion, and we have gone through it technically. We're finalizing that. The advice that will be presented to the Speaker, and once the Speaker has considered the matter, the party will be responded to. Thank you. You are muted, Madam Speaker.
Oh, sorry. Honorable Makubela, I just want to indicate that your matter is being attended to. We didn't raise it on the program because we needed to respond to the party first after you had resubmitted, and then thereafter it will be duly dealt with. I hope you would understand that. Thank you.
Thank you, Speaker. Well noted.
Thank you, honorable members. This brings us to the end of the meeting. And I'd like to thank members for coming to this meeting and again, wish you a good day today.
Thank you, Speaker. Good to hear your voice.
That was too quick.
I think Honorable Reddy was having an urgent meeting. That's why we
recording stopped.
Yeah, that's very quick, man. I'm surprised that Reddy is not delaying us more.
You want me to? I can. Let me start.
It's a record, Speaker, 40 minutes. I think Ms. Reddy needs to have more meetings.
Actually, that's what the programming committee is supposed to take.
Yeah.
We need to thank Makubela for whatever she has done to Reddy. That's proper.
We gave him a break. He went to rest for 2 weeks. He's okay now. Thank you, Speaker.